And my ever-going, ongoing love for sci-fi is still running strong. Hello guys, welcome. If you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I am the Philadelphia Whovian, and for this video, we're going to be doing a video about a show that took me so long to get into, and I was wrong to not to get into it. Firefly. Firefly was a show. Okay, here's my long day's journey story into Firefly in the show. Here's the funny thing. Okay, hold on, sorry. Gotta get the other DVD. Got it. Okay, I was in college when I got introduced to Firefly, but not through the show, through its last entry, the movie Serenity, which was a movie that concluded everything that happened in the TV show, because the TV show lasted for like one kind of like full season practically, and then it was too expensive to keep doing, and there wasn't enough of audience. It was a loyal fan base, but was not enough of a fan base to keep going. So they made a movie to tie up all the loose ends. So I saw the movie before ever seeing the show, but I still was able to understand what was going on, and I still liked the movie a great deal. I still love it. Then years later, when I say years, I mean like last year later, this is years after college, I thought, why don't I finally just watch the show? So I went onto eBay and I got the show for a nice cheap. That's a good thing about getting into things long after they're popular, is you get things on sale. So I got into Firefly, watched the show, absolutely loved it. This is one of the greatest shows ever, and all the characters are just so well realized. Okay, yes, you've got, and also they're well acted too. You've got Captain Malcolm Reynolds, who's of course that traditional captain who's gonna be hard, tough, but does have a funny, amusing side to it. You have also Zoe and her husband Wash. I just love those two so much. Oh gosh. And let's see, when it comes to the cast, I'm trying to think who's my favorite. Who's my favorite? Actually, no, I don't think I have a favorite. And of course, I love Kaylee. I love Kaylee's brightness, her happiness, and Alara. I love Alara too. She's gorgeous, and I love. Okay, Preacher. I just adore Preacher. I adore Shepherd Book. I just do. I can't explain why. And I can't explain why. He's just such a nice guy. Talk about perfect casting too. I mean, they're all perfectly cast. They are. Then, oh yeah, my cat is in the background again. She just loves being in videos nowadays. And then Jane is just amusing. And then Simon and River, his sister, they all add an element to the show that is positively just spiffing and wonderful. And when it comes to the show, overall, every episode has great qualities to it. I'm just going to give you some of my favorites. I would say top 10, but I'm not going to list them because I'm very bad at listing things. And I admit I'm bad at listing things. So, ones that I absolutely love. Well, Serenity Part 1 and 2. That's probably my favorite. That's probably like one of my number ones, is just Serenity 1 and 2. Great way to start the show. Absolutely perfect way to introduce all the characters. I loved everything about it. And I love Kaylee, Wash, Zoe, and I love Shepherd Book immediately. All these people, I just do very much love them. And the idea of a crew starting out from a war that they lost, and now they're all running from the law and just taking jobs where they can on the Firefly they call Serenity. Now, I also love another one called The Message. The Message is a story about how an army buddy of theirs is dead. He mails his body to Captain Malcolm Reynolds and to Zoe, but it turns out he was not dead. He just took some medicine to make himself look dead so he could get away from the people. He was selling items to, he's a carrier of organs. And he found a buyer who paid him more money, but when he showed up, his buyer was dead, so he had to run. So he thought if he pretended like he was dead, they would stop chasing him. They didn't. And then Malcolm ends up killing him because he literally made some very bad choices and put them all in danger, and then shot his pilot, and then was going to kidnap Kaylee. It was one of those things where it's like, oh, dude, you just had to make all the wrong decisions, man. But something about The Message I just love. Then there is Objects in Space, where a bounty hunter does catch up to Firefly because River and her brother Simon are running from the law. They're outlaws because he kidnapped her from the government who was doing experiments on her because she is a psychic. A powerful, powerful psychic. She's a reader. They're called readers. And this bounty hunter, Early, I think his name, he is so psychologically head because he's calm while he's speaking to you, and he's almost philosophical, and he gets in your head when he's talking to you to the point where that's what makes him very scary. Very good casting choice there. Very good. Very threatening. Then we got another one is Serenity itself. What a perfect movie. I love this movie so much. It's just so good. Not gonna talk more about it. Just awesome. Another one that I absolutely love that I don't hear much love for, but Janestown, where Jane goes to a place that worships him because he dropped some money on them, so they thought it was like a Robin Hood situation where he robbed from the rich and gave to the poor. But in reality, all he did was rob the rich and try to escape. But he was losing altitude, so he had to drop a lot of things, and he dropped the money right on Mudders Central, where all the Mudders lived. So he thought, all the Mudders thought, he dropped this, money on them to give to them because of how much they were being cheated by their employers. But Jane was always, a selfish bounty hunter character. But somehow, I love, even though Jane's that guy you never want to be near, it's amazing how he has such an incredible chemistry with the preacher, Shepherd Book. Something about those two have a connection with each other, and it's also because Shepherd Book, he has, clearly has a fighting history. There's even more about him later on in another part, there's a special on him about his previous life. He clearly has military background or something going on there, because he has fighting skills. But it's amazing how Shepherd and Jane, the most ruthless of the of the bounty hunters and the crew, do get along. So there's that one, and I also love from this Out of Gas, where Firefly is dead in the air because of an explosion, so it's complete out of gas, and Malcolm, the two shuttles go off and he stays on his ship hoping that someone will pick up on their signal because they need help. Yeah. And it's just a good story about how Firefly and how the crew all found each other. Very good one as well. I love it so very much. Then there's Ariel, where Simon has to break into a hospital to find out what they did to his sister, because the government experimented on his sister, and they literally just poked into her brain over and over again and stripped her amygdala, I believe. And he finds this out, but Jane betrays them, and the first Malcolm Reynolds, the captain, was going to let him just fly out in space and die, but Jane said the last second, "Don't tell them what I've done. Make something up. Don't tell them what I've done." That was his last line, and Malcolm spares his life. Pretty touching. Pretty darn touching. And I loved it. And so, there's that as well. Also, I'm trying to think what other ones I really love. I love Shindig. That was just a lot of fun. Shindig. The ball with, Kaylee the ball, same with Laura at the ball, and then Malcolm has to do a duel. I just love that sort of stuff. It's just me, and I admit that. Overall, this and The Train Job and Bushwhacked are also very good stories as well. Overall, there's only one story I'm not crazy about, and it's not even a bad story. It's just that I think it's just one of those stories that you don't watch it because it kind of hurts to watch because of how it ends, and that is Heart of Gold. It ends in a way where it's like, ouch, that hurt. Don't want to see that again for a while. But other than that, great show, Firefly. Gone too soon. So guys, have you ever seen the show Firefly? Do you have a favorite episode, favorite character? Either way, it was awesome to have finally gotten into the show, and I'm happy I did. And guys, I hope you have a phenomenal day tomorrow. Peace out.